Since I'm single, I want to create more meals just for one person, and a lot of times, many things keep you from doing that because it just makes too much. For example, pizza. I can get a small single serving size pizza for $3.50, or I can buy an entire pizza for $3.50. So it really doesn't make sense to me. So I decided I was going to make my own, and I'm going to use these ingredients. I'm going to make one to eat now for lunch, and then the rest I'm going to freeze. I'm not sure how many this will make. I'm going to try to make 3. Okay, we've poured in the half cup of water, and we'll stir this with a fork until it's well blended. It said about 30 strokes. Formed that into a ball, and I coated it with the extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to cover this up and let it stand for 5 minutes. Meanwhile, you want to go ahead and take a baking sheet like this and spray it with Pam. Now it has rested for 5 minutes, and we're going to take this and divide it into, it's kind of small. I'm thinking maybe 2. I'll try 3 and see how that goes. But we're going to divide it, and then we're going to put it into this pan and create 3 separate pizzas, hopefully, from it. It looks like 3 is perfect. I would say those are about 5.5 to 6 inches roughly, and fairly thin. And now I'm going to go ahead and take a fork and poke holes into it, and it's said to be generous with this, so I'm going to do that for all 3 of these. Then I'm going to lightly brush on some pizza sauce and then put it in the oven to go ahead and let the crust cook for about 5 minutes at 475 degrees. And then I'll come back and show you the tomato sauce portion too. It's kind of hard to do this and video at the same time since I'm here by myself and I can't really hold the hold the camera and do the work at the same time, and I really don't have a good setup for it, but hopefully this will be good enough for you to see how to do this on your own and try it out. It's kind of looking like this. Okay, so I used a tablespoon, and I put about a tablespoon of sauce on each one, maybe a little less. I'm not too crazy about pizza sauce anyway, and I usually go pretty light on it. Now I'm going to put it in the oven for 5 minutes. Okay, they've come out of the oven. They were in there for 5 minutes, and they're not baked. They're just pre-baked, I guess we can call that, so we can put them in the freezer. So what I'm going to do now, since I'm going to eat one of them for lunch, I'm going to take one of them and set it aside and go ahead and add some cheese and toppings. The other 2, I'm going to go ahead and let them cool. Okay, I have that ready with some mozzarella cheese and some pepperoni. I think I have as much pepperoni on there as I do cheese. But you can top this any way you like. And we'll pop this in the oven for about 9 minutes since it's fairly thin. I don't think it'll take longer than that. We're going to put it in for about 9 minutes and see how that looks. I have the other 2 pizzas topped and they're ready to go in the freezer. We're going to take these Ziploc storage bags and put one pizza in one bag. Both of them in the bags now, and we're going to put those in the freezer. We have it out of the oven and it is ready to cut and eat. Alright, it is cut and ready to eat. I just wanted to show you the crust. Beautiful on there, and it should be delicious. I will come back before I post the video and do one of the frozen ones to make sure that it turns out okay too. Today is another day. I froze the pizzas yesterday, and I have a small pan that I have preheated with the oven at 475. I have a little bit of olive oil in the bottom, or you could use Pam. I'm going to put my frozen pizza in there, and then we'll show you what that looks like. It may need a little bit longer, but I'll try it for 9 minutes and check it and see if it's ready, since it is such a high temperature at 475. I just pulled it out of the oven. I cooked it for 9 minutes, but I did broil it for about 2 minutes because the top didn't seem cooked as well, but it looks very good. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and cut it. Okay, it's cut and ready to eat. Wanted to show you the crust. Looks every bit as good as the first one. So I'm gonna try that and I will let you know how it turns out.